Like we always do with this time, I go for mine, I get to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. Go for mine, I get to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
Okay, Ian, you know the rules of the game. Take about 60 seconds, 90 seconds. You're going to pitch Joe and I, Joe Essenfeld of Local Bacon, one of my favorite new companies. Pitch us on your idea in 3,
Right.
2, 1, you're on.
It's a hosted communications platform for schools. Basically, kids can securely email or real-time chat within the platform, either within their class, within their school, or within other schools that are on the platform. Obvious revenue stream really is to charge schools a small fee per student. They may well go and charge that back to the kids or to the kids' parents. Essentially, that's it. That's the idea. I'd love your feedback, Jason.
Now, your idea, which was a little hard to get at, because you had every idea. And this is this is where a lot of entrepreneurs start. Don't worry. What is the use case? So when you're raising money for something or you're pitching something, especially at like a TechCrunch 50, and Joe went through this interrogation process with Tyler and I, you know, you can have a good idea, you can have technology, these are all features, bells and whistles, but what is the use case? What is the best example you can give me of why this 6th grade class in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, where I come from, is going to want to talk to the 6th grade class in Oxford? Why would they do that? What can you tell a teacher? Wouldn't it be great if these two classes got together in a chat room or a video chat securely in order to accomplish what?
A bit like an exchange, you know, an exchange student who goes and spends a week at another family.
When you said exchange students, I got it. So that's a good use case. And then there was also this thing when I was taking French classes. When I was a kid, we had pen pals. And I would write a letter in French, they would write a letter in English, and we'd read them. And we did it 2 or 3 times, and I was just like, this is the most insane thing I've ever done, and why am I doing this? But it was a girl, and it was like I was 14 or 15, so that was kind of motivating when I was 15. Like, I'm going to meet this.
For the picture with the pen pals.
Well, yeah, I was like, I'm going to meet this French girl. This, ooh la la, this could be good. So aside from trying to date hot chicks in France, which is not going to sell very well with the parents, the exchange student thing and learning about the rest of the world is a very, very, very cool idea. So a virtual exchange program is fairly brilliant. I've never heard that idea before. I'm sure 1,000 people have had it, but you're pitching it now. So I think that what you should do is just take that one idea and really, really refine it. And how do you refine it? You have 3 kids. Go to your teachers and say, may I get a cup of coffee with you? Or a spot of tea, as the case may be. And ask them if what they would think of each of their students being in a chat room once every month or once a week for half an hour, interviewing another student from another country about their life and them interviewing them about their life with supervision, with the transcripts all saved, so there's no nonsense going on, and they write a paper about it. So I write a paper, I'm the kid from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, I write a paper about somebody from Paris, I write a paper about somebody from Oxford, write a paper about somebody from Tokyo, and write a paper about somebody from Shanghai and somebody from Bangladesh. I mean, I think these teachers' heads are going to explode. And this is something that I would go to the Bay Ridge Prep people and say, we should try this at the very least. And this, what I like about this idea is this isn't necessarily a technology play, because there's plenty of technology to do this. You don't have to make the technology. You could leverage Ustream technology. We could get you on the phone with the Ustream guys, and this technology is free. They can customize it. They have a paid version, don't they, Ustream? What's it called? There's some paid version. Somebody tell me what that is in the chat room.
Yeah, we saw that before. You spoke about it before on another show, on their show, in fact.
Right, so you could make this in a pilot program with one of your kids' teachers, and then you just have to find somebody somewhere in Africa or the United States, and you know somebody in the United States, me. We might be able to actually do a pilot of this. It could be incredible. So what you need to do is you need advocates. And the advocates in this case are going to be parents and teachers. You're a parent, get your teacher, talk about it and say, if we could have our students interface with some students in Brooklyn and just try this, you know, where they get to talk to each other about life there, and this class has 3 speakers come up and present what they do every day and what it's like to live in Brooklyn. And where are you from in the UK?
I'm from just outside London.
Right. So this could be, we could probably do this year, before the end of the year. So you just have to get one of your teachers on board, and then I'll try to get one of my teachers on board, and we could try it, and then you document it and you videotape it. Now you got a sales pitch. When you walk into a venture capitalist, this pitch goes from being, you know, nonsense and some guy gibberish, blah, 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 to I'm watching a videotape of this happen. I have kids. All these VCs have kids. They might buy this. As a parent, I'm going to be a parent. He's a parent. You would like, in this day and age, when the world is so global and intertwined, just for your child to have met somebody from another country and talk to them about their life. I mean, parents spend thousands of dollars doing this every year for 10 years. So when their kids go to college, they're not a knucklehead. And let's face it, American kids are knuckleheads. I mean, most Americans don't have a passport. We're pathetic compared to people in Europe, where kids in Europe probably go to 2 or 3 countries a year. We don't even we barely go to 2 or 3 states in this country. I mean, we're knuckleheads. Yeah. So if the knuckleheads in America could actually meet people from other cultures and understand like what it's like to live in Shanghai or Bangladesh or, you know, South Africa. I mean, it's just, that's transformative. So just that alone, just having spoken to a person from another country, I feel makes you a fuller person. Absolutely. I mean, I know Tyler has become a very good person having traveled around the world.
Well, I had traveled a lot before we did.
No, that's my point. Is like, honestly, one of the reasons why Tyler is so critical to Mahalo as an organization and to me is because he is very international and he does know a lot about people and he has been around the world. So when we went to Tokyo or Korea, he speaks Japanese. He's been to Europe before. People say, "Oh, what did? Oh, yeah, no, I spent a couple of years here. I spent a couple of months here." You know, you're just a different category of people. Yeah. I think, and so that's what I think. Forget about lesson plans. Forget about teaching anything. Yeah. What you're teaching is being a world citizen. Culture. Yeah. Culture. That alone is enough. If the teachers want to take it somewhere else, if they want to discuss politics, if they want to discuss wars, if they want to discuss the UN, mazel tov. If I'm a parent, I would pay $25 to have, or $50. I would pay $100 to have my child do 1 or 2 of these with supervision. I would pay for this easily. As a matter of fact, this is something that you could actually gift to somebody, a virtual pen pal, and we do the reconciliation. So you give the grandparent gives to their child a gift certificate for 3 hours or for 3 meetings of their choice. It could be 3 different people or 3 with the same person, 3 hours of talk time with another person that's supervised. So when the 2 kids are talking and they're on video chat, there's a monitor watching, and they may be watching 20 kids, making sure they're not doing anything inappropriate, looking at the transcripts, listening in once in a while. Right. I would pay for that. Yeah. I'd pay $50 an hour. I'd pay $25 an hour as a parent. So I think that there's a go direct to people at home, give it for free to schools, and then have the parents upsell the parents on doing more. So it's an international pen pal marketplace. Exactly. It's an international. Or an international. What do they call it when kids go away? Transfer student. Whatever. Exchange. Yeah. Exchange student. It's a virtual exchange student program. Parents pay thousands of dollars to send their kids this, so they'll pay $300 for this. Yeah. And what if they got badges or some achievement and a certificate? I've met 5 people from around the world. I've met people from each continent. I've met people from 10 different countries. Yeah. Then when they go to apply for college, or they go to apply for high school or a private school, if you can staple to it, here are the people I've met from around the world, and give that on your transcript to a teacher or an admissions person, and they interview and say, "Oh, what did you do? Oh, you met somebody from South Africa? What were they like?" Yes, I've met people from South Africa. Of course, I've met people from Bangladesh and Tokyo and Shanghai and here and there and Greece. I mean, that would set you apart from other students. Yeah, so for a $500 investment or a $1,000 investment, you might get into a better college. Yeah. I mean, this is real stuff. People will spend any amount of money on their kids. Yeah, they will. I mean, forget it. You think people will spend money on poker, drugs, cars, sex? Nothing compared to what they will spend on their kids. And you're getting ready for that. I'm getting ready for that. Poker's over. So much for the poker.
Brilliant. I appreciate that, Jason.
Ian, I think Ian, you got a great idea. Let's move the ball down the court. Let's try to make some progress. Anyway, Ian, I got to get onto the program. This program's too good. You have a great idea.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for pitching us. Great idea. This is, 3 great segments. Really happy.